Another fucking day. You know, I actually thought, maybe this event would actually come around. It would be worth it. It would actually show, that players care. That things aren't, going bad. Maybe that the community can come together and we can all have some fun. But I just want to point out to everyone here. It is 12:26. It is 26 minutes after daily reset. All those banners, when I first came here, were equal. All in the middle. Nothing bad happened. I go down to Everest. I come back up here. And I'm watching that fucking Titan banner just start soaring up. The Hunter banner going down. And I really have to ask myself, what the fuck has this game come to? I'm not even participating in Guardian games anymore. I got my fucking prize. I got what I wanted. And yeah, I cheesed for it. But I didn't cheese on my Titan. I cheesed on my Warlock. I should have done it on my Hunter, but my Hunter is from D1 and I didn't want to delete him. But this event, this isn't right. 26 minutes into the fucking day, and Titans have already solidified a lead. And for anybody who's been living under a rock for a while, Hunters took the first fucking day. The Hunter banner was literally as high up as the Titan one is right now, within the first 2 hours. But now, Hunters have just drastically decreased. It's like, they don't care. Warlocks are still kind of fighting because, why not? But I just want to make it clear for everybody. This event has been messed up. I'm hoping tomorrow at reset, I'm really hoping this. But I hope things start to solidify a bit more. This event was definitely underbaked. We didn't need it, so to say. And the only good things about it are this LMG and the fucking ghost shells. And I mean, let's be honest. The LMG, it's nice. It's got its drawbacks, but it's a really nice weapon. The ghost shells, all 3 of them, come with Speed Demon and Guiding Light. Something you had to use the Destiny Companion app to glitch your ghost shell with to get this combination. And my Hunter still has a ghost shell that has both these perks on it. Like, yeah, I'm wearing the mark. But I put a fucking ornament on it because I did not want to see... Truthfully, Titans don't deserve gold right now. I don't want to see the gold on this mark. And once the event ends, I will be deleting this mark. Happily. Because we don't deserve it. And truth be told, I don't know if the Warlocks are doing the same duplication glitch or not, so I don't think they deserve their silver either. Hunters, I see y'all doing your bounties, I see you turning in your medals. But what the hell is going on? What is wrong with us? Did we just all up and say, you know what, fuck Destiny right now? Because that's exactly what it feels like. Most of the community is like, oh, time to start maining a Titan because they always win. Guys, Titans aren't winning, they're not winning the right way. They are actually cheating the system right now. If you don't know this, yeah, you can still duplicate your emotes, and people on PC, because I have not seen it on console yet, and I've been in the tower a lot. But I'm sure we all remember if we travel back to early, not even early, kind of like mid 2015, when the Crota raid was still a thing. If we go back to that day, what was the one thing Guardians would line up for just to secure the victory? They would go into an LFG group that was going to pull the cord on Crota. Yeah, on Crota. That's the exact same thing that's happening here. Players are manipulating the connection so they can continuously bank moats day in, day out. Because just if you got half the community, or no, a quarter of the community, just replaying that first New Light mission, you would not have a lead like this within the first hour. I'm sorry, but you wouldn't. I'm not one to say, you know, cheaters are good and all. I'm not one to say, you know, every cheater deserves to be banned. But there are some things that just are not right. I may be a Titan, but I refuse to participate in the Guardian games, seeing this going down. I'm not getting my daily rewards for our class winning because I'm not participating. I'm not getting anything from this, and it's awful. Because I see the other people on my friends list, the hunters, the warlocks, all of them. They're grinding out these medals so they can try to get a first place badge on that 21-day board right there. But for what? What's the point? The majority of the community has already said that they just want the ghost shells and the LMG. They don't even care for anything else. Most of us just gave up after we got the Class Act Triumph, and we don't care anymore. Because yeah, I could finish off these other ones eventually. Get the last 3 and get the Star Athlete one.
Slain any gods lately?
But I don't care. Truthfully, I don't. Because look at this. I didn't intend to make a small little ranting video, but fuck. Destiny's just become one of these things that no one cares about anymore. I mean, normally we give a shit. Normally it's like, it's just a game, it's all good, whatever. But every time that Bungie decides to throw out some little activity to kind of put all of us against each other, somebody always finds a way to ruin it for everybody else. And as I said, it's only 34 minutes into this event today. We still have all day to watch these banners rise and fall. And the Hunter banner, it's probably going to stay as low as it is now. Because when you've got the other 2 classes doing that, why would you want to try? I'm going to be honest. Even if I was a Hunter main, if I had 3 Hunters, I'd keep going. I'd keep depositing. Because eventually, Bungie's going to find this problem, and they're going to fix it. It may take some time, may take days, but once it's fixed, I'm really going to see just how many people said, you know, fuck the event. And truth be told, I guarantee a lot of people are going to be playing tomorrow only to grind out the laurels. I know I'm going to. Because I want to get all the ghosts. You know, like, might as well get all those ghosts while you can. There's really no reason not to. That's 3 exotic ghost shells for free. And in the current game, a free exotic is a worth it exotic. especially when Bungie has adopted the ideology of, okay, we made the game free to play, so we need to give all these new players a taste of the things that they got back in like years 1 through 3, or seasons 1 through 4 technically. And I've said this every time a new season is dropped, and I'm going to continue saying it. Bungie, we don't want returning shit. We don't want engrams that are going to give us old items. Like, keep the Bright Dust store and, you know, maybe increase the Bright Dust you get from bounties. That way, everyone has a chance to get stuff that they didn't get. But whatever you do, and it's a stretch for me to say this, no more of these. No more of these fucking engram containing different ornaments, emblems, emotes, accessories from previous Destiny 2 seasons. You know, I see all this stuff, and what I'm seeing now, it's basically a mix of as far back as Warmind, you know, the Warmind expansion, that really big pain in the ass that nobody really enjoyed. It was really slow and boring. Up to Season of Opulence. You know, that's a big jump.
Don't know where
That's literally, if I'm looking at that correctly, that's what? Total of 4 seasons jumped? 4 or 5 seasons jumped.
Need some new moves, Guardian?
And it's the quote-unquote best items from those seasons.
Don't know where my
Enough of this shit. Give us the new season-based engrams. You know, give us some new shit that's actually worth going for. And another thing. Let's just go ahead and jump on the bandwagon because everyone's talking about this still. I hope and pray that next season isn't a let's farm for something that builds the entire season simulator. Like, I can understand, yeah, you gotta rebuild Rasputin somehow, some way. The fucker's been dead or offline or whatever for years. We bring him back up in Warmind. Flash forward to Season 10, and he's now talking and shit again? I hate to say it. Really, I do. But this season's dying. This game is dying. And it's not good. I originally thought that Trials was going to be the death of Destiny 2. But instead, it's just been this whole season. This whole season is why Destiny 2 is dying. Normally, I would say something along the lines of, I have high hopes for next season, I really pray that something good happens, but what's coming? What promise do we have that a game that we've been basically throwing ourselves into for 6 years, how are we going to know that something good is actually going to happen? A lot of players have already told me, man, I'm done playing Destiny until the fall expansion. And that's just because, well, we don't know anything about the fall expansion. There's nothing that we know yet. All we know is new enemy type, and that's it. We don't know anything else. Data miners can say all that they want, but they don't even know. Bungie already swore to everybody, look, we're not going to drop our shit into the game just so you can dig it up months before it comes out. And I support them for that. I'm tired of people digging through game files and trying to figure out what's coming, what's coming, what's coming. I need my next fix. I'm tired of it. You know, a game like this is built off of waiting. It's built off player-game activity. Not some dumbass sitting behind a PC digging through the files and saying, oh shit, we got a new exotic and I found all the quest steps. Let's go ahead and tell this to a popular YouTuber so they can make a video on it. That was never Destiny. I don't want this game to die. Honestly, I don't. It's been a very nice game for me. For all 6 years I have played it. I've had my ups, I've had my downs, I've had my problems. But you know what? I've resolved most of those problems. You know, I keep playing, I improve. I may have an issue here and there, but I'm always going to go over it. You know, the community is still at war. There's a lot of players that really don't need to be playing this game right now, but they still play it. Everybody in the community is going off on how Trials on PC is awful because of the cheaters and everything, yet the minute they jump back onto PS4 or consoles, they can't play worth shit. So,
You have good taste.
all in all, the actuality of this isn't, you know, what can we do to fix what's broken? It's more like, what can we do to get the fans happy again? What they did with the Grandmaster Nightfalls. That's actually pretty damn good. Extremely difficult challenge. You have to be X number of light to do it. But at the same time, you gotta know what you're doing. See, you can't just jump in and say, alright, I know what I'm doing, when in actuality, and I'm gonna go ahead and show this on the screen so people know I'm not bullshitting. In order to do this, yeah, it says recommended power 1050. That's at the start. The boss is 1060. But the other reason you don't see me doing this is the game wants you to be at least either 1025 or 1030 to start. I really don't think that's a big, you know, problem. I think it's actually a smart idea. Because, one, it may be difficult as shit, but I've heard that you get well over 1,000,000 points just for finishing it, so you're always guaranteed the pinnacle reward if you do it. I've been informed that you get a mountain's worth of rewards for finishing it. The chest may give you only a few things, but once you finish the actual strike, you know, the end mission dialogue finishes, you get anywhere between 10 and 13 legendaries, an exotic, and a shitload of upgrade materials. I've also heard that the difficulty increases if you take longer than 45 minutes in there. See, while you're playing it, yeah, you've got revives and stuff, you can revive your teammates, but the minute you go past 45 minutes, darkness surrounds you. There are no revives. It's basically like a raid, and nobody has a revive token. I actually think, you know, that's a good thing. I think the challenge is needed. Because everybody does stuff in this game and they either get bored of it or they just burn out. I've burnt myself out on this game. And I hate it. Because there's so much in this game that I could be doing. You know, just make myself have a better experience. But it's also gated to the fact of which if you don't have people to play with, what more can you do? You know, it gets boring just going into Crucible all day. It gets boring doing strikes for an hour. Most of the time, people just do it because they're bored as hell and they don't have anybody to play with. Yet the minute you bring up an idea of something to do, it's like everybody turns their back and says, yeah, nah, not happening. I just want to say this because I've got clan members that have been busting my balls because I did say I'm going to be doing a solo flawless Pit of Heresy. I'm still getting the materials to do that, people. Come on. Do you really think I'm going to just go in there with half of my required checklist? I mean, it's not hard. And I understand that. A lot of people have told me, dude, Pit of Heresy is so easy to solo right now. And I'm sitting here like, you know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But there's still one thing I would like to get before I jump into it. And that one thing is Hive Barrier. Now, I talked about this on a couple of groups. I didn't, you know, post it out on video or anything. But some things that I've noticed. One, we all remember, the Menagerie was basically our way of getting Leviathan mods. Even though that they brought the raids up, they left the rewards as garbage, but they brought the raids up to power. Even though they did that, we still have, you know, no guarantee that those mods drop. So what did Bungie do? They gave us the ability to get the mods from the Menagerie event. And you know, back when it started, yeah, there was no problems with that at all. You know, it was actually really easy, really fun. But the one thing that I was not a big fan of was how long it took to do. You know, Menagerie isn't a fun activity. I'm sorry, it's not. It's time consuming, and you'd expect, in this day and age, this time of the game's release, that players would know what to do. But they don't. So, what do we do now? You know, I've seen a lot of people doing stupid shit in Menagerie. But you know what, that's just kind of a given. It's going to happen whether you want it or not. So, I mean, you might as well just go ahead and join in and do what you can for it. Let me go see if I have any more heavy ammo back here. I mean, I remember back as far as when the Menagerie actually gave you a random Leviathan mod for every clear. But right now, what it seems to be doing, it seems to only be dropping one mod at a time. And I mean, Hive Armaments is nice, don't get me wrong. But ammo is never my biggest problem in Pit of Heresy. It's overall survivability, especially down in the Ogre encounter. So, the one thing that I would use, or multiple things, mind you, that I would use would be Hive Barrier, Warmind cells, and other things to keep, you know, that way of playing the game active and done. Because, yeah, we got some issues in the game. A lot of stuff that, you know, we need to fix, but we can't fix. Oof. Yeah, I did spawn the heavy frame there just so I can, or so it would help me kill off the barriers. So, I hate what I'm about to say, really, I do. But if nothing good comes from the end of this expansion, and we will know, because there's already a lot of stuff that, you know, this expansion could be doing a lot better. We already know when the season's going to end, and that's in another 42 days. It's going to be somewhere later on the lines of... It's going to be sometime in May, whenever the season ends. Probably near the end of the month. But you know, let's just hope. We still got a little bit of things in this season that could hopefully make or break. But so far this season's done nothing but break. And it does suck. You know, I don't like saying, oh yeah, the game's just gone straight down to shitter. Because that's partially true, but it's really not. We still got a lot of things that we could be doing here. But who knows? All we have to do is wait and see. And with that, I'm going to end the stream. Doesn't matter. I'll see y'all if I ever do anything.